Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, how important do you think it is to coordinate the mother of the bride and the mother of the groom?
Not.
No.
They should not match.
No.
They
Not
should
each
not be
other
wearing
or
the
not
same.
at all?
No,
They
they should
should
not
match
be wearing
each
the
other.
same color.
No.
Well, yeah, I know that.
Because
Like,
I
and
think
don't
in
want
the
to
same-
match the bridesmaid, but do you think, like, if you have, like, for example, if you have a very neutral thing, do you want your mom wearing a red dress or a purple dress?
Well, you want to be conscious of when you're looking back at pictures where your eye goes, because we've seen that happen before where everything is really pretty and then all of a sudden there's this red dress and you look at the picture and your eye's going straight to the red dress.
Okay.
Yeah, and this color is very, I think this is a really pretty, I don't know, what color are you thinking about?
Well, I'm trying to do, like, black, maybe gray.
So she wants all of it.
She wants
But I don't know
graphite
about
is what she
you.
wants.
Yeah,
I
I
know
don't
what
really
she
want to
wants.
wear it.
Oh.
Because it's navy
But I
gray
would be
and
okay
it
with
with
black.
black.
I
Yeah.
mean, I think it'll be red, but it's a red.
And there's a lot of different shades within those colors.
Darker though is different. If it was like blood, you know, like that.
That's a
blue.
crimson.
That's
That's
your
a
favorite
crimson
orange
red.
Right, right.
Anyway, I just wanted to hear other people say that, because that's kind of what we do.
My mother-in-law at one point was going to wear gigantic polka dots.
That's fine.
It isn't happening, but I mean, you know.
My mother-in-law wore purple when she was supposed to wear light gray, and I wasn't happy with it.
And I had been to a wedding where the mother was.
So it happens.
The wedding was relatively casual, and the mother was like in a skirt and a pretty top and a belt, and then the mother of the groom was literally in sequins.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so how does that work? Because parents aren't just going so casual.
Yeah,
Most
'cause-
parents aren't.
So my fiance's mom was asking me, like, what color do you want me to wear? And I'm like, I really never thought of that.
Show the dress.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that mother. Yeah, and you know, we were talking about matching. We just did a wedding. We don't have our pictures yet because that would be a great example of matching. And they literally, the grandmother and the mother,
Wore all the same stuff.
they wore the same color. The dresses were slightly different, and all 9 bridesmaids wore the dark, it was actually like this color, not this exact one, but this color with a light purple, like actual sash around it, and then the grandmother and the mother wore the light purple dresses. So we were talking about how you don't, but
Yeah,
the
I think that's
whole
too- a little
party,
too much.
everything coordinated. And
I've never
we
seen
even had
anything
to,
like it.
we had to get them to step outside the box and say, you know, actually, why don't we think about doing something different on the grandmother? So the mother actually ended up having this down the front of her jacket was different, but she ended up having this down the front of both sides of her jacket.
It's
And
new.
it's just a detail, it's just a piece of a detail. You know, it's like this.
It can be sewn on.
It's sewn on for things.
And they're
So
back
or made
in
into a sash.
Kind of like a brooch.
Yeah.
I feel like for the mother, bride and groom, I think kind of want each with their personal best. I mean, the best, I think the best I've ever seen is the wedding party they were in. It was like almost a pewter color, so it was like a lighter silver lavender shade. But then the mother of the groom, she was in like almost a granite silver, but it wasn't anything super shiny. It wasn't like a sheen to it. It was nice, very tasteful. It was kind of more like, and it was really complimentary. And the mother of the bride had navy, so it's kind of like they looked similar because they were both in darker colors, but they weren't wearing the same
But they were
dress.
matching.
They weren't matching, and they didn't look like they
That's
were a
right.
wedding
They were in
party.
the
And
I would think inside the color palette, it doesn't mean that it has to be that exact color, but within that palette and what that means. So
You know what?
a
Our
shade of
swatches.
that color.
Like, we play with swatches. Like, we'll have girls get, and that's what you should do. Paige.
Yeah, that's
You
what
should
we're
get
doing
out
Tuesday. We got an appointment.
and we don't just have them
Oh,
put
it's
out
on the calendar.
Put it on the calendar.
We don't just put out the, if everyone doesn't know, this is Paige of Paige's Pantry.
Hello.
So, and I was going to talk about that at the end. While I'm doing that, Joy is in the back, and this is Joy Chambers, and she's done all of these photos. She's taking the photos tonight. She's wonderful. So, if you are interested in photography, she's a great one to talk to. So anyways, that's Paige. And she does, if you want to do a fun cake decorating, cupcake decorating, they do it all here, and it's fun classes. And do you want to add some to that because you actually sat in. They did a big
It's
bunko
so much
party,
fun.
and everyone has a blast. So it's a fun thing to do with bridesmaids if you want to incorporate all that together. But so what were we? Oh, I think we were talking about. Don't you think it's also important though, like they wear a color that they're comfortable in on a daily basis?
And that it's a good complementary color for them.
Yeah, I think in general that it's good to look, like the best of who you already are as a mom. Because I was actually talking to my husband about this the other day, just looking at different wedding photos of friends of ours and stuff, and how you look at the parents that we know, and how the ones that really looked, the moms that looked the best were the ones who were dressed up from what they normally were, but weren't so over the top. Makeup wasn't done totally crazy. Hair wasn't totally different. I mean, keeping more with just a dressed up version of who you are on a day, like a daily basis. Does that make sense? Kind of, I think. But you made me think of that when you were saying what, just kind of keep with something that flows. So, but if you like this red, I think that it's a pretty color. It's not like vibrant.
No.
It's rich.
So,
Very rich.
yes.
And warm.
Yeah, warm. But did you have anything else I kind of covered? Tips and...
It's okay to not know. Trust the experts. That's something that I've learned. Well, I don't know that I learned it, but I made a command decision from the beginning that I wasn't as smart as everybody else. So when I picked somebody, I was like, I trust you. That helps.
Well, I was going to talk about price point, just price in general of dresses on our end. I don't know if you have anything, but dresses, just in general, I think a general range for a bridesmaid's dress. Ours start at $185, but I think a good general rule is $150 to $350, and that depends on everything from the length that you've chosen to obviously who you buy it from, the material that it's made out of, all of those things kind of depend.
And like Ashley said, consider alterations as well, because it's part of how much the dress costs.
Right.
Do you guys charge separately for alterations? Or is that included?
Yes, we do. Well, we do like an alterations package that they can purchase. They don't have to purchase up front, but we have an alterations package that you can do, and we make sure that it all fits, and that's great for people who are in town. If they're not in town, we just do our best. Basically, you get a measuring guide, and it's done. Every measurement basically is taken. It's very very detailed. And then on the back page of it, it has where you choose a bodice size and skirt size. So you're not actually getting like a rack size. You're getting a different size on your top and a different size on your bottom, because most women are not the same size on their top and bottom. And so that's something unique to us that we will.
have to pay for alterations.
Well,
Not as many as you would if you just bought it off the rack.
for-
But usually there's a nip or a tuck or a hem or something.
well, like for the
Sometimes
nine,
not.
for the 9 dresses, it really depends on how well the measurements were done. Because like the 9 dresses that we just sent, that I was talking about with the purple, that's very new, so I'm thinking about that one. We didn't meet any of them. They sent us their measurements, so we were counting on them to do that. And it was sight unseen. And I mean, to know body sizes and know how big someone's, I mean, you would think in a group of 9 that there would be alterations, and there was one alteration.